Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to take your setup from looking a little something like this to looking a little something like this. Let's get into it. So the first thing is going to be these Govee Flow RGB bars. These come in at around $59.99 and you can currently buy them on sale at the time of recording for around 50 bucks. So these are kind of bad. The light they give off is great, but the maneuverability is really bad. They are connected together, so the wire connects together before going to the controller, so you have to plug both of them in. And the wire is kind of short, and it's kind of difficult to extend it because they don't use they use a USB-C port, but I feel like it's still difficult to extend. So maneuverability isn't good. It's very difficult to maneuver, but other than that, these are pretty good lights. They have a mobile app, so once you connect to the controller, you can just open up the mobile app, connect it via Bluetooth, and then you have control over the lights. You can have a bunch of different effects going on. You could just have a solid color, like, say, blue. You could have a seasonal one. This one's green for St. Patrick's Day. The stream one, which kind of makes them, like, shine a little bit, bloom. Oh, okay, that's going crazy. You got fire, for example, which kind of has a fire effect, meteor, a bunch of different effects. I'm just going to go for a rainbow on this one, as, you know, it's the most iconic. And yeah, that is the Govee RGB bars. There's a bunch of different versions. There's the Pro. I don't think they have any real upgrades. Maybe they're more maneuverable, but that's my 2 cents. Moving on, we're going to talk about another Govee product, and that's going to be the Govee neon rope lights. I personally didn't buy these because I felt like my room didn't have enough space. That wall looks empty, but it's in fact not empty, and it wouldn't be in the shot of my videos, so I decided to not go for it. But enough rambling on about why I didn't get it. Essentially, it's an LED strip that's inside a casing that makes it look as one big strip. It's RGB IC, the same as this one, which means there's different segments and they can light up individually. So one segment could be red, the other could be blue, the other could be purple, green, orange, any color you want. And there are brackets in the box. So to mount it, you grab the brackets. They have 3M adhesive, or you could screw them in. You put them in the wall, and then you put the bar on there. So that's how it works. Personally, I think it's really good, but my only wish is that the rope itself had the adhesive on the back of it, so you wouldn't have to deal with mounting brackets, because it does kind of get in the way of the light, but that's just me. Moving on, we're going to talk about the Govee Glide. So the Govee Glide is kind of like the LifeX Beam. If you haven't heard of it, it's like this, but you can segment them together. So you can connect them together to form different shapes or whatever you want. They are only squares and they come with one corner piece, depending on the version you get. The standard one comes with, I believe, 6 pieces in one corner. And then you can kind of make maybe a V shape with it. You could make maybe an elf or, Lewis, anything that it's kind of limited. Personally, I think the rope light's better because it is more difficult as it is, 10 feet long, the rope light. But you can write your name in cursive, and I feel like it'd be easier. Overlapping would be pretty difficult, but I digress. Let's move on to neon signs. So you can find a bunch of these just about everywhere. You can get custom ones, you could get pre-ones, you could get ones that are like, Venus or Jupiter. You could get ones that probably like a computer, or you could just get a completely custom one. Right now, I'm thinking of ordering one and putting it on this wall right back here, and maybe have it say my name or something like that. But neon signs are a great way to spice up your room and add a little bit of personality. Maybe you can make it something you do often, maybe a skateboard, maybe a computer. I don't know. Just come up with a little idea, something that's you, and give it personalization. Moving on, we're going to talk about the most important thing, LED strips. These ones I found at Ross for 10 bucks, so they're inexpensive, and this one in particular is 16 feet long. So it's really long, inexpensive, and they can add a bunch of personality to your room, but you have to be careful while using these. If you don't use them right, the wall will have dotted spots of light, and for some people that's fine, but for me, I don't like it. So to combat this, they have things called diffusers. There's a couple of them on Amazon. Just search LED light diffuser and you should see them. And they're essentially channels that you can mount or stick to the wall, and that it'll make it look like how the rope light looks and make it a smooth, seamless beam. That's personally how I prefer it. It will dim the light a little bit, but I much prefer having the clean look instead of the dotted lights. And I'm personally going to put these up behind my bed to add a little bit of extra shine. I'll show you a time lapse of it and how it looks in the final, but I currently do not have time to do that now, as you know, I got exams to do, quizzes to finish, all of that. But LED strips are a great way to add some personalization and just give your thing a little bit of shine. You can mount them under beds, behind TVs, behind monitors, on the bed frames. You could mount them just about everywhere. So come up with an idea, maybe put it on the top of your room around like most people have it, and please consider using a diffuser or making sure the dotted lines won't appear on the wall. Please, for me, please. Moving on, we have to talk about it, Nanoleaf panels. Everyone knows Nanoleaf, and if you don't, you've been living under a rock. So essentially, there are these panels that you can mount on the wall. And for certain ones, if you touch them, they'll change color. They are very expensive, coming in at a whopping $200 for about 6 pieces, depending on the version you get, obviously. And in my opinion, not worth it. But if you are maybe a YouTuber and you want to add a little bit of flair, or you just have some money to spend and you really, 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 really want Nanoleafs, and I'm talking really want them, I'd recommend waiting at least 2 weeks to make sure, unless you're really excited for them, just kind of let the hype die down and see if you still want them. They're small and they fit just about everywhere. Like, I could get a couple of the triangle ones and fit them on this wall behind here. And I'm sure it would look nice, but I do not have the money to be spending on that, and I honestly don't think it's worth it. There are other ones out there. I believe Govee has their own. There's a bunch of different ones, but Nanoleafs are the most iconic, and they have a bunch of different styles, and they look the best. That's just my opinion. But I believe that's everything I want to talk about for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and ring the notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos if you enjoyed this one. That's everything, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.